Hello everybody! We are here at RemoteCon with yet another very interesting product demo on remote work tools. Here with us now we have Balsamiq Wireframes, a small graphical tools to sketch out user interfaces for websites, desktop and mobile applications. Balsamiq aims to make the world a better place by helping people create software that is easier to use. Their first product was Balsamiq Mockups, a product for designers and developers to build great software by letting them easily sketch out their ideas and then quickly collaborate and iterate over them. Mockups has netted over 6 million in sales in the first 3 years of business and is still gathering positive reviews. Balsamiq has hundreds of thousands of customers with close to 1 million transactions from across 200 countries. The company focuses on the ideation phase, delivering a clean tool that lets users get in the flow and stay focused on the structure. It provides enough interactivity to replace prototypes, and it makes it easy to collaborate and get feedback on wireframes. Wireframes made with Balsamiq look like sketches, so stakeholders won't get distracted by little details and can focus on what's important instead. After close to 7 years of experience with another big product company, the founder of Balsamiq, Peldi, founded the company in 2008 in California, USA. They're a small group of passionate individuals who believe that work should be fun and that life is too short for bad software. For our demo here today, we have Leon Bernard, user experience specialist and education team lead with Balsamiq. Nice to have you with us. How are you?
Thank you. Good, nice to be here.
So please tell us a bit more about the product and how it all goes and how it all functions.
Sure, be happy to. So here's some examples of the types of wireframes that you can create in Balsamiq. It's easy to create really rough ideas for websites that you can easily show to others. You can even create sitemaps to help you visualize the flow. There are templates for mobile devices and mobile controls, and you can link them up or just add annotations showing the workflow between them. It's a great way to test out ideas and content before moving on to development. Unlike complicated prototypes, wireframes usually take anywhere from a few minutes to a few hours to create, so they're easy to refine and revise until you get it right. Here's the demonstration of what the web version of our product looks like in action.
Welcome to Balsamiq Cloud. Balsamiq Cloud is a web-based user interface design tool for creating wireframes. A wireframe is a schematic, a blueprint, useful to think and communicate about the structure of the software or website you're building without specifying the visual design of your product. The app is built by Balsamiq, a small software company known for ease of use and friendly people. It is a great collaboration tool used by product managers, designers, developers, and many others. Let's look at how it works. To get started, let's sign up for a new account at balsamiq.cloud. Then we'll create a space for our different projects and create our first project there. Note that you can also upload existing projects from any Balsamiq versions, since they all use the same file format. Creating a project will launch the Balsamiq Wireframes editor. Let's use it to create a simple mobile app. We'll start by scrolling through the user interface library and dragging an iPhone control onto the canvas. You can double-click on the project name to rename it. We'll now add a title and a few icons using the Quick Add search box at the top. You can modify each control's properties from the Property Inspector on the right. Notice how controls snap into place when you drag them around. Let's draw a rectangle using the R key. We'll add more icons using the duplicate option. Let's also rename those avatars and add a few more elements. We'll crop this last one so it fits the smartphone screen. Adding images is as simple as dropping an image onto the canvas. Let's resize this one and add a few more icons at the bottom. Now let's invite Brendan to wireframe this app with us. We'll allow him to edit the project so that we can collaborate in real time. You can also add more elements from the Wireframes to Go collection, where you will find free UI controls ready to use. Let's import an Apple Watch control to start a new wireframe. Looks like Brendan just joined the project. Let's welcome him using the chat feature. Your coworkers' edits are displayed in the navigator panel on the left. Opening the same wireframe allows you to see edits in real time. Let's use the comments feature to ask Brendan about this last element. We'll get a toolbar notification once he replies. There! Balsamiq Cloud is a great collaboration tool that is available from only $9 per month or $90 for a year for 2 projects with unlimited users. Head over to our website balsamiq.cloud to start your free 30-day trial. Happy wireframing!
Happy wireframing. It seems like a very easy to use product. I was wondering if maybe with being so easy to onboard and so easy to manage all the features, have you noticed any other job titles or job functions maybe using the product other than product managers or like developers?
We have actually some of them that we hadn't imagined. So one of our big user groups is solo founders or startup founders and entrepreneurs who haven't hired a design team yet, but we've also received emails from people who are copywriters who use it to write out the copy of their, say, websites inside the context of the website, as well as some game designers. So really it's accessible for anybody in the software development process.
So basically you've turned anybody with an idea into a product designer, right? Or into a product wireframer.
Pretty much, that's the idea, yes.
Yeah, that's very good. We are here in a conference dedicated to remote work solutions. From what we know, you yourself, Balsamiq, are a remote company. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Sure, yeah. We've been remote for over 10 years now. As you mentioned, our founder, Peldi, never really imagined that the company would grow very big, but at some point he had to, for support purposes, he hired somebody in California. So even when we were only 2 or 3 people, we already had people distributed. And since then, we've grown to over 30 people, with many of them located in Italy and elsewhere in Europe. But about a third of the team is located in the US also. So we're spread across California, Chicago, and then various parts of Europe.
That's very interesting. And how do you manage to kind of keep all the development of the product in place and, let's say, do all the remote work processes and internal systems?
Yeah, we've been very strategic about it. So all of our developers are located in Europe so that they're able to work synchronously, even if they're not in the same office. So they're all in the same time zone. And then we have various support roles in the US and some of our design and education team in the US as well. And then we always make sure to have about an hour of overlap every day. So and when it's 9 a.m. for me here in California, and it's 5 p.m. in Europe. We make sure that everybody's online just so that we have a chance to communicate and hand off any important information.
At some point during the day. Yeah, that's very important. What about customer support being spread around so many time zones? How do you approach customer support? Should I expect that maybe in Europe, being based in Europe, I will find a 24-hour response from you, or how does that work?
Yes, we don't work 7 days a week, so it might be a little slower in the weekends, but we have support people located in Europe that handle a range of time zones there. And then in the US, we have people in Chicago to overlap a little bit with the European time zone, and then also in California, which I think reaches a few people in Asia as well. So generally, our response times are quite fast.
Mm-hmm. That's very good. Actually, we saw the cost on the product, and we kind of estimate how much it will cost to have a team of 10 or 20 projects or anything like that. The onboarding seems to be surprisingly easy. Is there anything let's say, hidden surprises that maybe customers encounter after onboarding the product, or something probably that they would require afterwards to know?
Let me think. No, it's a standalone product, so you can use it on the desktop or web, or it also has a plugin for Google Drive or Atlassian, Confluence, and Jira. And so if you have one of those programs, you can it just integrates nicely with that. And so it's pretty much what you see is what you get. It's a relatively simple tool, but yet it's proven to be very effective. But that's also why it's fairly inexpensive, because it really focuses on one, this, as you said, the ideation phase of the process.
Mm-hmm. And like another more question to kind of wrap it all up. With all this transition of all companies to remote work and to a remote processes and approach of handling clients and everything, and all internal processes, have you noticed any demand for new features, maybe more collaborative features or something like that, or are you planning to develop other specific aspects from this point of view?
Yeah, our biggest focus in the last couple of years has been collaboration. So in the beginning, there was no way to work on a wireframe with other people. But as you saw in the video, you can now have other people who can log into the app and work on the same project at the same time. You can also have people comment on it. So once you're done with it, you can send it around for comments. You can send out a review-only link. So it's kind of a read-only view that you can just send out to anybody in your company, even if they don't have an account. So people can comment and look at it. So that's definitely been a big request and a big effort for us recently, is to make it more collaborative and allow more people to access and view and review the wireframes, because people are, most often these days not in the same office.
And maybe one, let's say, advice for companies transitioning to remote and starting to get the handle of all these processes and all that?
Sure. Well, so that's one reason that we focus on the ideation phase. So if you're building software, code is very expensive to fix. So we think it's really important to spend adequate time in the early design phases, communicating what you're planning on building before you start coding. So sketching out a user interface, even if it's kind of rough, can be a really great way to get people on the same page. You can get developers, product managers, and the UX designers involved, so everybody's kind of in agreement before you start down the path of coding. When changes are expensive, and you might not, if you don't know what you're going to get, then you might have to do a lot of work to rewrite the code later. So we just think it's really important to make sure you spend time fleshing out your designs before you dive into coding.
So basically just kind of agree on the common understanding of what you're doing in order to know exactly where you're going as a team. That's a very good advice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially when people are not in the same office.
Especially then. Thank you, Leon, for joining us, and thank you all for watching. For more details on Balsamiq, please check out the RemoteCon website and join the conference to find out more details on remote work tools and tips and tricks. Thank you all.